Alright guys, this is my 1972 F100. I've had it for about 5 years now. I've been slowly doing upgrades on it. But it's time for some interior work. I've actually already replaced the gauge cluster, put a wooden steering wheel on, a Hurst shifter, but I'm getting really tired of the seat and the way it looks. So I have a vinyl kit for it, and I'm going to go ahead and replace the vinyl and see how it looks. Alright, so if you're having problems with these bolts down here, I got one of them out, but I'm having a little trouble with the other one. What you can do, and this applies to back ones too, they go all the way through. So let me grab a Collins car here. So I've already sprayed it with PB Blaster, but it's right here and here, and then same with the rear ones, right there and right there. So focus, there we go. You can clean them up with a wire brush if you need to, or spray them with some kind of penetrating oil. But it'll help out, and then you can do the same with these, and you just work them back and forth, and they'll eventually come loose. All right, the last thing before you take your seats all the way out, I got the seat all unbolted, and my seat belts go through the seat. Some of yours might come over the bottom cushion, but mine would go through it. So you have to take them out. Some of the buckles are like this size, which might be able to feed through, but the other side are the big latching ends, and they're not going to make it through. So let's see. I didn't put anything on these, so let me just see if those come right out. There we go, I got both of them out. They just take a T45 bolt or a bit. All right, everything's unbolted. Let me get the wrenches out of the way. Let me see if I can weasel this out of here. I might have should have gone from the other direction, but I didn't. Where is she? Treasures underneath there. Go the other side. There it goes. Something. Alright, it's out. Alright, I'm gonna bring you guys in here to see what kind of treasures we got underneath here. It's not a lot, but got some pins, old broom, ooh, pocket change. Vice grips. I still have the original wrench. I do not have the bottle jack, or I believe this is the handle for the bottle jack. But I'm gonna clean all this up before I put the seat back in. My plan in the future is actually to replace this tank. I really want to put something under the back. I know some people do some Mustang tanks and stuff like that, but I do not want to cut a hole in my bed in the middle like they do. So I'm gonna figure something out. When I do, I'll video it for you guys. But that's it. So there's a seat and a seat belts. Let's get this on the table and start taking it apart. All right, here's my kit. So I ordered some burlap off of Amazon. It was just cheap. I couldn't really find just a kit for the vehicle. So, and it was, I can't remember how much I spent, but it was super cheap. I'm using this as like a backing. Some people use just some other fabrics and stuff like that, but this is what came on the vehicle. I kind of thought I'd just put it right back. So here's the kit. I ordered it online. There's a whole bunch of different places you can order this stuff. So I'm just taking it out so I can lay it out in the yard and let it start heating up in the sun. I actually have not taken it out and seen it yet. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty nice, kind of like that. Alright. I debated a long time about a whole bunch of different fabrics and stuff, and this is what I ended up with, and I think it's gonna look nice. So let me get this out in the sun, let it start heating up, so it's a little bit easier to put on, and we'll start disassembling the old seat. All right, here is the seat. I'm really hoping to be able to use the foam still. It seems okay. It just seems like it's pushed out a little bit. So I'm really hoping I can just kind of tuck it back in there. I'm looking to see what this other side looks like and go with it. But the backrest is right down there. We're gonna do the base first. So let's just flip it over and take this off. The burlap is actually kind of, seems like it's held up over the years. So one thing we noticed with this, the passenger always kind of sat down farther. I'm not sure why. It looks like everything's okay. But all it is attached with is hog rings. These hog rings all the way around it. So you should be able to just pry these up and take them off. I'm gonna go ahead and get some apart. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of the hog rings off. Let's see how hard these are. So I'm just gonna try some pliers. So I'm gonna try to use, I got some dikes there, some needle nose, and some pliers. We're gonna see. Alright, so you can cut them. So you just go around and cut these off. There might be an easier way to do it, but this seems to be working for me. Take note of what the rings are attached to. On my seat, they got these little tiny loops. I know I've seen on other ones, they're just like little holes, but these look like they're pretty self-explanatory. And I could just rip this seat apart and just take it off, but I kind of want to keep it in case I need a pattern or something else. So it looks like you can also, some of these are a little thicker, you can pry them off. All right, let me get these all off, and I'll show you taking the actual cover off so you can see what it looks like. So the original parts number on it is pretty cool. I'm gonna try to look that up. All right. Alright, so I got all the hog rings detached. So I'm going to start pulling this apart. I'm sure I'm going to find some interesting stuff here. I already see a dirt dauber's nest. So, but you just work it around. I'm trying not to tear the cushion. I'm taking note as I'm doing this what it kind of looks like. It looks okay underneath. I thought I might see a little more rust or something, but it's not too bad. Alright, we'll flip it over here. So, I don't know about this. I would love to replace the foam, but there were so many different models, it seemed like, that I couldn't really find the correct one. So, I'm probably, unfortunately, going to just have to reuse this. I'm sure this is not going to be my final rendition of this truck. I've already thought about changing stuff. So, here's the foam. Let me set this aside for now. Alright, I got all of the burlap off and all the hog rings, and I found something kind of interesting. It looks like this seat has been redone before. Somebody put this, some kind of fabric or something in here, and also there's an extra wire that goes through it. At first I was thinking about leaving it because I thought it was not too bad an idea, just put some padding. This is the driver's side, this is how it gets used the most. But I don't know, I kind of want to see, I've already seen a couple issues that I've had to fix. So on the passenger side, where these springs go into here, on the back, they weren't in the holders. So I had to put them, I went ahead and put them in there, so that'll hopefully stiffen up the passenger side. You kind of used to just sink right in the seat. This sits inside the foam. The foam actually like cups around it. So that's one of the reasons I'm kind of thinking about leaving it. It's not going to be seen, and any kind of extra structure on the driver's side is probably a good idea. I thought maybe something was broken, but the more I look at it, the more I inspect it. Oh, I do see something broken right there. The piece right there is broken. I do not know if I can fix that. Are these broken too? Or is this supposed to be like this? I think that's broken too. So, now that I see that's broken, I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, I might actually see if I can take it apart a little more and maybe tack it together. So I am going to take this off let me take this off and I'll inspect any more broken pieces. Let's see if I can maybe tack weld them back together. I don't think, I do have some wire rod, but I don't think I have the skill to bend it to make it look like these. So, all right, let me take it apart and I'll get back to you guys. All right, so I took that padding off. I found 2 wires that somebody else had put in there. And this side is broken the same spot, right there and right here. So I think that I'm gonna try to weld those. I don't know exactly what kind of material it is, but I don't think I'm gonna hurt anything. If it doesn't stay attached, it doesn't stay attached. But both of these wires set on the corners like this, and then the one set on the corner like this. They both, these didn't meet either, and they're not broken. They're actually, it's not gonna focus, but it's actually cut. So I kind of don't know why they wouldn't just go ahead and put it all the way around and then maybe put some clips back on it. But let me attempt to tack weld this. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. Other than that, I think the seat's in pretty good condition. I don't know if I'm gonna put anything back on here. I kind of like the idea a little bit, but with it being tucked up in the foam in these corners, I don't know if there's really a reason to have it there. So, but let me see what I can do with this. I'll get back to you guys. All right, I got it welded. Some of them seem to come out all right. That one's not too bad. This one looks like garbage. So, I accidentally somehow flipped the double tap feature on the welder. So it started welding, it wouldn't shut off until I backed away from it. I didn't realize it, so I kind of cooked it onto the side there. But I'm gonna let it cool down. Seems to be right. I might cut this and redo it, I don't know. But this side turned out pretty good. It'll focus. This side I just did, so it's still pretty warm. So I'm gonna let them cool off, then I'm kind of flex them a little bit and see what happens. I have a feeling that's a pretty common spot for them to break. If you think about it, you're getting in the truck and you're putting all your force right here, or get in the vehicle or whatever. So for both of them to break in the exact same spot, I'm not surprised. What I might do is I might use some of this wire that was on it and actually bridge it across and tack it here and here. Let me see what it does when it cools down. I want to push on it and kind of see if it's gonna hold or not. So, all right. Let me get the welder off. So, I didn't like the repair on this side after it cooled down. So what I did was I took some of that spare rod and just welded a parallel piece to it to strengthen this side. Like I said before, this is the driver's side. It's going to get used the most. So hopefully that kind of will hold a lot better. The other side seems to do just fine. So I'm going to leave that one alone. It wasn't broke as bad over here. So, yeah, I think that's good enough. I think maybe the reason this side broke was because some of these weren't attached. Like I said, the ones in the back weren't attached. So it was having to do a lot more work, I think. But all right, I'm gonna let this side cool back down, and then I'm gonna start putting the I'm gonna put the cushion back on. I'll put the burlap on, then the cushion, and then go from there. All right. All right, I'm gonna start putting some hog rings around the edge. I've already done a couple of them, just testing them out. This is just the burlap. It doesn't need a whole bunch, just to kind of keep it down. So I ordered this kit off of Amazon. It was pretty cheap. It came with 4 different sizes of hog rings. I'm using the smallest ones since I'm just going around a little wire. And all you do is just put them right in the pliers like that. These are spring loaded, so it'll actually hold them, which is nice. And then I'm just wrapping this around, picking a spot where I'll attach, and you just squeeze. And then it's on there. So I'm just going to go around and put this on. This shouldn't take very long. This is fairly easy. So I think these are a lot better than the ones that came with the kit. The ones that came with the kit seem pretty cheap. I'm not worried about getting super tight. Like I said, this is just kind of a backing, kind of protect the foam a little bit and keep it from sinking into the wire. So, all right, let me go ahead and get this done, and I'll come back. All right, I got the burlap on. Let me stick the foam pad back on. Shake it off a little bit. Make sure it goes around there. I'm a little worried about this area, but I'm going to try to put the cover on and just see what it looks like. It's all tucked in the corner. Slide this back over a little bit so it's Let me grab the upholstery. Upholstery. So I don't really want to do it, but I think I'm gonna wait till I get it on. I need to make holes in the back for where the seat lines up. Upholstery. So I don't really want to do it, but I think I'm gonna wait till I get it on. I need to make holes in the back for where the seat lines up. Alright guys, I think I'm just going to go for it. I think it's center up as much as it's going to. I mean, a little bit. Let me see. Let me use some seams. Go to the seams. Go this way a little bit. I'm gonna use the larger hog rings I think that I was using. Just a size up. They were pretty big, the ones I was using taking out, so but basically there's a when you're putting this up, there's a piece of piping or plastic in here, and you just want to basically pull it up. I'm gonna go ahead and get my pliers ready with a ring in them. So I'm gonna start in the middle here, and it's a little hard, but pull up. And basically just crimp it around. It's pretty good. And then you just work your way around. I'm starting on this edge first because it looks like I have a little more room on this edge. So hopefully as I'm doing this, it'll pull that a little tighter. So I pull it up. Let me bring you guys in here a little closer so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right, now that I got you guys in here, the other ring. So, you want to load in your pliers ahead of time, like I said before, just put them in there. Kind of like that. I'm the spring loaded, so you can actually set them down and it will fall out. Then take and pull your fabric up. Put it over the loop and just squeeze it down. There it goes. As you can see, there's little loops that I'm attaching to. I'm noticing some of these are a little bent, so what I'm gonna do is try to straighten them out a little bit. Those look pretty good. And then just keep working back and forth, pulling it tight. So. And then just keep going back and forth and going around, pulling it tight. I kind of messed up a little bit here, I just noticed, but I think it'll be all right. I had the pliers loaded. All right, I'm gonna keep going around. I'll probably put you guys on time lapse. So, all right. All right, the bottom came up pretty good. It needs to kind of work in some spots, but I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and tear the top apart. I'm just gonna put you guys on time lapse and just tear it apart as fast as I can. My plan is to get this done today. So there's some stuff like I'm not sure why these strings were on here and stuff, but and yeah, as you can see, the burlap is gone here. And these, the bottom had it too, but they weren't out like this. They have these wires poking out that have worked their way out. So when I get the pad out And now that I look at it, I think this pad's been replaced. But let me get this apart and get it done. Alright, the first problem I've run into is these wires that were all in the foam. This foam on the back has been replaced. It doesn't look original. And then I think they just set these wires in there. And they started coming out the end of the seat. I noticed it with the old seat. And I don't think I'm going to put them back in. I think I can get away without them. You don't really put that much pressure on the back. You just kind of lean against it. And I think I can get away with not using these. I think I'm going to put a double layer of burlap down to kind of help out. I was looking to see if they went across. They're not long enough to go all the way, and they don't hit springs evenly. So I'm just going to take them out. I really don't want these poking holes in my new vinyl. So set this aside. All right, I got the burlap on, and I'm going to start putting the vinyl on. The back looks like it's going to be a lot easier than the front was, but we'll see. Let me same thing. Start in the middle, work your way out. I think I'm going to start on this side first because it looks like I'm going to have to pull it around a good bit. So done. That was pretty good. For somebody that doesn't know anything about upholstery, I'm happy with that. All right, let me go clean out the truck, and I need to figure out what I'm gonna do about those holes for the bolts. Thinking about, I don't know, maybe heating up a drill bit or something. I'm not sure. So, but let me figure that out. Okay, I'll get back to y'all. All right, this is what I figured out. I have these anchor bolts are pretty cheap. They came with something, and what sucks is this one is like right here. Right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this up with some pliers to hold it, and I'm just going to heat it up and push it on to where the hole is, and that should keep anything from unraveling. So we're going to try and see what happens. Sure I'm lined up. Perfect. Right on the spot. All right, let me do the other one, and should be good. All right. All right, here we go. Other side real quick. This would be much easier with two people. There we go. All right. The base is in. Looks pretty nice. All right, so the seat is in. I didn't film putting the back on or bolting it down. It got dark last night. My phone died. But it's in. I think it looks pretty good. This is definitely not a very difficult project. I think it does need to settle a little bit. It does have a little bit of wrinkles in it. But for the most part, I think it looks pretty good. I do want to order some different seat belts, some tan seat belts. I've been looking online trying to find some. It's been a little difficult, but I think I'll be able to get a set. The ones that are in it are being washed right now. Well, they're drying right now. They've already been washed. I just washed them with some Dawn and some hot water and let them soak overnight. So, but I'll use those for now. The side covers, I'm gonna repaint. But other than that, it's pretty much done. Like I said, I like how it came out. I think it's pretty good. The next thing is I'm gonna change these door panels out. I found some door panels that match the brown, and then I'll see if I can get an armrest to match the inlay. I did see where I rubbed the table a little bit, so it's got a little bit of mark on it, but I think it'll come out. But for anybody's debating whether or not they can do this, they could definitely do this. Even if you don't have a welder to fix the wire, honestly, I probably could have left it the way it was, or took some of the hog rings and crimped new pieces of wire across like they did. I think that would have worked just fine. But all right, till the next project, you guys take it easy.